Welcome everybody back to Boosted Motion, and today I'm going to do a review on the Hawk 50 brake pads. But first, before I get to the video, I want to tell you I thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. If you're new to the channel, please hang in there, and if you like this content, please subscribe and hit the little bell, send a like. If you dislike it, I understand, but let's just jump right into the video. Alright guys, I want to get as detailed as possible. So before I even give you all the positives to the Hawk brake pads, I did about 1,000 miles. I want to give you all of my negatives about it. The first thing I'm going to jump into is this. Watch this, guys. Brake dust. Some of you guys hate brake dust. I hate it too. And especially that you know I got these wet sports for really cheap. I should really take care of it. But take a look at that. This is, I washed the car probably about 50 miles ago. I only put about 50 miles on the car, and this is the brake dust. And I do a lot of conservative city driving, and immediately the wheels are filthy. Let's go to the back ones. Take a look. And when it rains, you'll see a bit of rust because they are pretty much metallic pads. So when it rains, you will see rust marks from where the brake dust is, especially on the rotor. Now, the second thing that I must talk about when it comes to the brake pads are they're really aggressive. Look at that rotor. They eat rotors pretty aggressively. Now, you guys might sit there and say, well, that means they're loud. Not necessarily. On a cold morning, they will squeak a tiny bit until they're heated up after a few stops of just regular daily driving. But this is one of my second things I dislike about it. They eat the rotors, pretty aggressive, and the brake dust. So at this moment, guys, depending on your driving style, and I don't mean spirited driving, I'm talking about if you guys drive often, hard, you have to do a lot of hard pulls, aggressive driving. If you do that, these brake pads are for you. Because I have no brake fade, none. I've been testing these brake pads out, really going to Mexico a lot of times, and also for daily driving. I think they're perfect for my application because you need to be able to come to a stop. It's cool getting a JB4 and ECU Tech Tune and going fast, but if you can't come to a stop, what's the point? Now, I do have the non-sport calipers, and y'all guys are gonna say, why don't you just get sport calipers? Didn't come on the car. But people don't understand that Nissan and Infiniti, the pads that they put on their OEM sport calipers and the non-sport calipers, they're pretty much an economy pad. That's how they can last about 20-30,000 miles and give you decent braking. But they brake fade and they get hot really quick. With these brake pads, what I realize is the positive is my stop braking is way better. The brake feel is way better. Brake fade doesn't even exist. There's really no loud squeaking from them because it doesn't happen. I've had the Hawk HPS Plus, and I've had all the EBCs. I've tried it on all my other cars. These are, I was shooting in the dark with these 50s because they came about 2-3 years ago, and I really do like them. So, I mean, to my subscribers and to whoever's viewing this, depending on your application, this may not be what you need for your car. But if you're daily drive, so just look into like maybe an Acabona Pro Act from like Advanced Auto Parts or any other parts store, or even I think Infiniti sells like a better brake pad that they sell through the Infiniti Motorsports, whatever they call it. But at this moment, unless you're doing aggressive driving, don't get these brake pads because some of y'all don't want brake dust. You're gonna have to clean your wheels off often, and they eat your rotors. But if you do aggressive driving and you do want a brake pad that is gonna be sure and through, and I've had it for 1,000 miles, these are it. I love them. What else would I say? What else would I really say about it? They are a bit pricey. They were about $80-$90 for the front pads, so they are more on the expensive side. And I don't know how long they're gonna last. But for my current application, I think they're doing pretty good. They don't look like they wear too much. And also another thing I realized is I do have to heat the pad up. For instance, because the temperature range, because it's a semi-metallic pad, you do have to, after a while, they have to get a little warm. Because when I feel like in the morning, they are a bit grabby, but they aren't heated up. When I realized when I start doing a few aggressive stops, they do handle a little bit better. They do they do perform better as they heat up. But all in all, I hope this was a short review. I just wanted to let you know my 1,000-mile review and what I believe in the pads. And just in case you guys missed it, unless you're doing aggressive driving, I wouldn't recommend this brake pad because of the dust and because of how aggressive they eat the rotors. And it might be more on the pricey, expensive side. All right, so thank you everybody. This is Boost in Motion. If you really like this video, like it and subscribe and hit the little bell. If you dislike it, I understand, but I hope my review can help you guys out. Oh, and before you forget about anything else, check out my other videos, because I did a DIY install for the front and brake pads for Q50 Q60 models with non-sport calipers. All right, so this is Boost in Motion saying thank you. Appreciate you guys. You have a good day.